Welcome back to the False Line Podcast here with episode 169, the best podcast in the world. We're here with Cade Summers. What's going on? Long time no see.
I know, man. It's been a while, dude. Haven't been doing much, but
crazy.
Yeah.
What are we drinking here, man? I still don't.
Yeah. So my buddy Joel, he designed these. It's our launch into 2022 beers for Los Verdes and Austin Beer Works down in Austin, Texas. It's just a German style pils, but I mean, the beer's not even really that great, but the design on it's pretty dope. So. That's kind of why I wanted to bring it out. So.
It's not that bad. Have you tried it yet?
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my favorite, but I mean.
Are you like a big beer person or not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what kind of beer do you like?
Definitely not IPAs.
No.
Although
I bet they sell that a lot over there, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Down in Austin. It's, although, shout out to Pint House. They have it's called the Electric Jellyfish. Shit's like $17 for like a 4-pack, but it is phenomenal, and it's an IPA, so it's pretty good.
Okay.
But I usually go towards more the like German style pills and stuff like that, and wheats. So more of a heavy beer guy because I don't do stouts though. Stouts are
See, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I'm talking about stouts, pills.
Stouts are like the dark ones, like the Guinness and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, if I'm like at a brunch with like my dad or something, then like maybe. But like if I'm just drinking, like no.
Yeah, that's not good at all. I took a shot one time with some guys and it had Gunnius and something else in there, and it was just disgusting.
Yeah,
they put a ball in there. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. It wasn't good though.
Yeah, no, I think my favorites are ciders though, which everyone's they're so fruity. I'm like,
I like fruity.
I love ciders, bro.
Yeah, those are the best.
Austin East ciders, man, down there in Austin.
They don't have much.
Oh no, they make the best ciders, bro.
Yeah,
the best. Although I had one in Portland though that is pretty good. I think it's called like I don't even know, but it was really good. It was at the Portland game.
There's a beer when I was in Chicago for a bit. It was called Goose. I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago.
Yeah.
It was. It's just literally like a goose. It's a goose. It's a white goose.
Oh, I think okay, I've seen it.
And it's like I mean, they have different. It's 312 is the beer that me and my cousin used to drink. It was fire, bro. Yeah, it was like I mean, I like Modelo. I'm a Mexican, so yeah. Right. But it was like I don't know. It was like an upgraded version of that, and it was good. It was so good. So that's all I know.
Yeah, I think it's called like Goose Island, right?
Yeah, Goose Island.
Yeah, Goose Island. Okay,
it's really good.
Cool. Yeah, I've had it a few times, but I was probably too drunk to remember.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wish I could get some here. The only way to get them is if you order. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think Buffalo Wild Wings might have it.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it at Buffalo Wild Wings before, but.
I got to see.
Who knows? Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Buffalo Wild Wings though.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Their wings are pretty fake. I mean, Pluckers is where it's at. Have you been to Pluckers yet?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Hey, look, man, you never know.
Hey, yeah. So I wanted to just ask you. You live in Austin, right?
Yes, sir.
How was it?
City in the world.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Damn. Okay, we'll get into that in a minute. How was the drive over here? Have you? You've drove through here, right?
Yeah. So I lived in Norman, Oklahoma for most of my life, and I was stationed at Fort Hood. So I drove I-35. You know, for the longest time, and God, the construction since I was born is still going on.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah. I mean, I-35 is just rough. But today, I mean, it was kind of midday on a Saturday, so it wasn't too bad. It only took me like 2 hours or so, it wasn't too awful.
I had to run to Hillsboro like at 3:30, and just getting out of Waco took me like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, man, I remember it used to take me. I mean, when there's no traffic, it takes you 5-8 minutes just to get out of Waco. So that was a little annoying. But driving, how long have you been in Austin? Well, you've been in Texas for a while now then, right?
Yeah, so I came to Texas right out of basic, and not right out of basic. I went to airborne school, and then went to Fort Hood, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll get into that later too, probably. But man, how long ago was that? 2017. Yeah, so 2017. And I moved back to Oklahoma right when I got out for like a month and a half and was like, fuck this, I'm going home, which now I consider Austin home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I moved back and went and played football at UMHB for a semester, and like,
how was that?
It was awesome, man. I mean, it was fun. It just, there was being 4 kickers and everybody's so close, and skill level and stuff. It was just like, I love soccer too much to sit on the bench during a
football game.
Yeah, during a football game. So, then I ended up making my own semi-pro team and moved down to San Marcos. So been in the San Marcos, Austin area for about the last 3 to 4 years.
That's where you're at now?
Yeah. Okay. And then in between there, I moved to Stillwater, which is why I got the OSU shit on right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's all good, man.
Been everywhere, man. It's been crazy, like I said.
So I wanted to talk first before we get into you, just to kind of like get an interesting topic going. Now you're a fan of Austin FC, right?
Yes, sir.
So what did you think about the MLS even prior to Austin FC?
Yeah, so, being, born in America and everything like that, and being an American soccer fan, it's been kind of rough because, you want to support the MLS, you really do.
I want to.
But it's hard because it was, kind of a retirement league, and I think it's kind of going away from that.
It is.
Especially with all the new teams coming in and stuff, so that's pretty good, but... Yeah, I mean, until Austin FC was in, I was a Seattle Sounders fan. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed to say that either, too. Some of my Austin FC friends give me shit about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, Austin didn't have a team before that. And
yeah.
I really wasn't even a fan of Austin until I moved down here, and, it was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I want to be a fan, but I got to go to the game first.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. So... But, yeah, I mean, it's getting better, for sure. I mean, MLS soccer has been, looked down upon for a while. But now we're starting to – I mean, we're still a retirement league in a sense, so we're still signing all the old players and stuff. Like, I think – I don't even know how to pronounce the name. Like, Chicago just signed that player from Switzerland that was one of the World Cup standouts back in the 2018 World Cup in Russia.
There was a guy – I think he played for Juventus, just came over here too. I don't know where he went.
Higuain?
No. It wasn't Higuain. It was recent. I think it was like a Brazilian. He was a dark dude. I forgot his name though. But he recently went to.
Right.
And I was surprised that he came because I thought he was still pretty young.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is it's like a retirement league, quote unquote, but like they're coming in younger and younger, and then we're signing like these young guys like Moussa Djite from Austin FC. He was in French League 2, and we kind of got to him before some of the League 1 teams got him, or Liga 1, or however you say it over there in France. And, we kind of got him before they could, so that's really good. We got Sebastian Druzy for Austin FC, too, which, I mean, he was literally just playing in Zenit. And, I mean, I think he's still good enough to play in Zenit. I mean, they're a championship, Champions League quality team. So, it's kind of nice to see, younger players get in. But, still got a ways to go. And until we get promotion and relegation or just get way too many teams. Yeah. It's going to continue to be a retirement league in a sense.
I think definitely start seeing more teams because they got what is it called? The second division, ESL?
Yeah, so USL.
USL.
Yeah, so the USL, I mean, I got an Energy FC tattoo on me. And that's a cool thing because they got USL, USL 1, and then USL 2. So, that's pretty nice. Hopefully they'll start doing like a pro rel type thing with USL and USL 1. But there's too much money in the MLS for them to ever want to... combine with USL. So do you remember when MLS, and I only know this from videos, I've never watched it myself, but the MLS used to do this thing like penalty shootouts? Oh, yeah, the ones from like the midfield. Yeah.
Did you ever you played high school soccer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get to do that?
No, unfortunately.
Because the year before I got to high school, they were still doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I remember I practiced that like my 8th grade year. Oh, and then we got there and it was just PKs.
Oh, dude, I would have never missed a PK.
Yeah. No, I probably would have missed all of them, bro. I was terrible at 1v1s.
Oh, no. See, that's my thing, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm good at PKs. I only missed 3 in like my whole career, but those would be fun too.
Yeah, those would be fun.
Adds a whole new element and kind of gives a keeper a better chance because, dude, I don't know how these keepers do it. I could never be a goalkeeper. I've tried in a few like intramural games, like Sunday beer league games, and like, bro, that shit's terrifying. And these are like, dudes that are like, belly way out here drinking a Modelo while they're playing, you know, and shooting it at me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not jumping in front of that. Yeah, like, not gonna happen.
But yeah, some guys do it. But I was watching MLS. Not really. I never even watched. I don't even think I've seen that full game, bro. Oh, it's just like I'm not entertained. I know last year though, I was watching like the last 30 minutes of a playoff game. It was Portland and somebody else.
Yeah, it was probably Portland and who played Portland right before New York City.
But it was good.
Yeah,
it was a good game. And I was in the gym working out. I was like, with my cousin, I was like, dude, look, like this game's good.
Yeah.
And then I started like kind of okay, but I still really haven't been like, really into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of it's getting a little bit faster paced too. Yeah. I think the MLS style of play was a lot slower. You had a lot of American coaches too.
Yeah.
And you're getting kind of the more American mix with the European style, and then the American mix with like the Spanish style of soccer being played now. Yeah. So I think the talent level is going up, which makes it a lot more fun. But for example, I mean, you go watch a USL game, and then you go watch an MLS game, you think the MLS is like, wow, this is entertaining because you just watch a USL game and it was like,
really,
but it's fun only if you're there for like USL. Like watching it on TV, I do for Energy FC because I support them, till I die because I'm from OKC, But Austin FC I can watch on TV, still kind of hurts sometimes to watch. But I think it's getting to that point where it's like, a little bit better and it's starting to be more entertaining. Yeah. So but man, Q2 Stadium, dude.
Yeah. I bet it's nice.
Dude, being at the games, it's, so I'm wearing my Los Verdes hat because, Los Verdes, they took me out of a dark place too in my life because, I was pretty depressed and, I came back down here to work for the team for a minute, just as a dispatcher, not a serious job or anything like that. And, it's like a community. It's a supporters group, but it's like a tight-knit community with over like 2,000 people.
Damn.
And, it's just the atmosphere. We have La Murga, which is on the drums, chanting. And a lot of our chants are in Spanish, too. So it's like it's more vibing, right? Yeah. So it's not like the American chants.
Yeah.
Like Energy FC has chants, but it's like, really like European chants or like, fuck you, fuck your team type of thing. Oh, shit. Yeah. But, and then we have at Austin FC, it's like more of like a song and dance type support. And it's, we don't stop rocking for the whole 90 minutes plus.
That's crazy. And
the craziest thing, I think, is when the other team scores a goal. Like I can remember Seattle put up like, I think it was Seattle, may have been Houston. Someone put up like 3 goals against us, like before we even scored. You would have not even thought they scored because like we didn't stop, like there was no pause.
Really?
Like there was no, there was no like, there was no silence. It was just like, I was like, did they even score? Like, I don't even know. So, unfortunately it didn't really help the team very much. This last season finished almost last. So.
Yeah, I see. I know they didn't do so good.
Yeah.
But it's a new team.
Yeah.
I'm sure like it's, I don't know those guys, what experience they have.
Right.
But if you're playing in the best league you can in the States, it's going to be different. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, man. And, the coach, Josh Wolf, I have mixed opinions about him.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, but at the same time, he was an assistant coach before this, so it's hard for him to kind of get the guys behind him, I think. And excuse me. And I think in this preseason, he really did that because we've been doing pretty good in the preseason now. Oh. It's preseason. We just lost to Chicago 1-0 today.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
Chicago don't even got their shit together like that either.
And they don't. Yeah. So, it is what it is. But then we beat Houston 4-0. We beat, who else did we beat? I think we beat or lost to Toronto 1-0 or tied them 1-1. We tied Atlas 1-1.
Yeah.
Which is a decent quality team from Liga MX. I think it's going to be a good season though. We got a lot of good young players ready to kind of make an impact. And like I said, hopefully, man, MLS gets more exciting.
I think so. I was also like growing up. You played. What was it like playing when you were growing up? And I played in Illinois and I played here. You played in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
So how was that like? Was it hard to find the league? Was it hard to find competitively? Was it too expensive?
Yeah, so I think money was a big issue for a lot of people, and that's kind of how, we'll get to the team that I started in San Marcos that we're going to be starting back in 2023. Kind of our like scheme that we're trying to do to get it to be free to play for like a youth club eventually.
Yeah.
It was too expensive to be on like the top tier teams. Luckily, my parents, bit the bullet and, let me be on the competitive teams. What is now in Texas, the Texas listeners are going to know ECNL. It was like that quality of high level competitive soccer. And of course there was high school, but man, high school soccer is a joke.
I swear I got, I don't know. I think I lost my, I got worse playing high school, bro.
Yeah, dude. And that's another problem too, is because it's those kids that don't, have the money to go play and then also, get the chance to then, but then it's all them having to be integrated to the ones that do. And then it doesn't mesh. They have 2 totally different styles of soccer because you got these guys coming in that, have never played, really organized soccer, I guess. So they got the more street style, the more, flashy dribbling, they expect you to know where they're already at. They're not more like a robot, competitive soccer kind of was, at least in Oklahoma. It was kind of like, it was choreographed. You kind of knew where everybody was going and stuff like that. So,
the IQ was so different, dude.
Yeah, and then I think it just wasn't taken seriously by the guys like me that played competitive.
Yeah.
You know, we were just kind of like, you know, we're playing competitive, so like why like let's just go have fun. You know, try and win a state title type of thing. Doesn't really make any sense thinking back on it, but you know, it's kind of how we thought. I mean, I personally don't think I really thought like that to an extent. I mean, I kind of did.
Yeah.
But then you got those guys like my buddy Phoenix that, you know, he was, you know, balling out, like trying to just, you know, go hard.
See, that was me in high school. So
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I want to rep for the city and for my school. And I was going hard, and I would get mad, emotional. I was like all in, you know, but it was, you played, what kind of league was this one, the most competitive league?
Yeah, so we played, it was called like it was Oklahoma Premier League is what we played in. And then we also played in, it was like the some Region 3 Premier League or something like that. It's all been changed since then. But we went to tournaments down in like Houston, you know, showcases in Houston, Dallas.
Yeah.
The one that I got picked up in was in the FC Dallas showcase.
So when you played, you would travel to different spots?
Yeah, regionally mainly. I mean, we got the chance to go to, you know, the regional tournament, or we're going to get the chance before it got canceled or before like there wasn't enough teams or something like that. And it was going to be in like Louisiana, which was going to be the farthest we've gone so far. But there were some teams like the team that was older than us, like they made it to nationals, and that was in like Anaheim.
Shit.
And stuff like that. So, you know, but coming to Texas though too, everybody comes to the Texas tournaments.
Yeah.
So like we didn't really have to go to, you know, say Chicago or New England or California to play those teams, because they usually came to those showcases, you know, down south here, because they're the biggest ones.
Yeah, the ones in Texas are crazy.
Yeah, they're
and
nuts.
I've only been to one, bro.
Right.
Out of all the competitiveness, I wish I would have known more about that. But did your parents have to pay a lot of money?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm so grateful for my parents, you know, to be able, like I said, bite that bullet, because they really were. I mean, they were biting a bullet. I mean, my family was like, before they got divorced, were like decently well off, like not rich by any means, but they like could make ends meet, in a sense of like, they're not like, you know, here's some, you know, bologna and fried bologna, you know?
Yeah.
But it was pretty close. I mean, it was like, here's some beef stroganoff, you know? It's not like, hey, here's some manicotti, you know? Here, rest your legs, here's some Epsom salt for after practice and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But, and then they got divorced, and that was even harder for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, just the fact that they actually were able to pay that was just awesome. So, you know, shout out to them. But yeah, I think it was like $4,000 or something every season just
that's a lot.
Yeah, like just the registration fees and stuff. And I mean, I could like travel for tournaments. I mean, you got to think, you know, if we're driving from, you know, Norman down to, you know, Houston down to Dallas, it's a good, you know, $300 in gas, and then plus, you know, $150 for the team hotel or a hotel nearby. And I always knew that I was kind of worse off, quote unquote. I mean, I was surviving. I was doing fine. You know, my parents did great. But, you know, I was staying at like the Red Roof Inn and stuff like that, whereas the team hotel was like a Marriott or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so, but that's just how expensive it was, you know what I mean? And so, I know a lot of my, you know, teammates that got scholarships and stuff, and there were some players that were kind of bitter towards that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't. I was like, good, like let them play. They're talented, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of what I see, like the downfall in American soccer. I actually did my senior paper over that, just because like the downfall here in America is just it's such a rich man's sport, man.
It is, and like that was so. And in my head, I grew up watching a lot of Mexican soccer, like
right.
So it was just like, hey, play and work your way up. That's all I knew, bro. Of course. So when I got older, I didn't know there were select. I swear, bro, I didn't know any of that. I mean, in Illinois, I paid for a traveling team, but like, it still wasn't expensive, bro.
Right.
And it was like, we would go an hour, 30 minutes away. It wasn't far. And I started at a young age. I was like 7 years old. And I didn't even know till like years later that was a competitive team. And, so then when I got here, there was a little, it's right here, the soccer fields. I don't know if you've ever been to these right here. HOT.
Oh, yes, I have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a tournament when I was in like 7th grade, I think.
Yeah. And then I played there, and it took me a whole 2 years to find a league here to play.
Right.
Because over there was plenty. And I mean, but I'm 45 minutes away from Chicago. So
right.
I mean, I wasn't aware. So I got here, and there was only one league, and it was HOT, and it was rec. And when I got there, I told my dad, I was like, these kids suck.
Right.
And I was running through them, and I was just like, but in my head, I didn't know.
Right.
So I got older and I kept playing, and it was so easy. I was like, bro, this ain't even fun. Like, I was just like, and then my buddies, they started playing select for this team called Waco Blast.
Right.
And they were like, hey, come play, whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then I didn't know it was $500 a season. And that was like, I didn't hear, like, my parents didn't even know anything about that. I didn't know. I paid $80 for a rec. And when I was in this other team, it was like $200 per season. So when they said 500, we're like, whoa, that's a lot of money. And then I would always practice and train with them.
Right.
And I would just, they're like, hey, do you want to try out? And I was like, no. But it was because I knew we didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And then one season, they went to play at the Classic League, which is the best league to play here in Texas, or at least in North Texas.
Right.
So then I guess they needed a strong bench, because they had a strong starting squad, but they also needed a strong bench, which made sense. Well, it makes sense to me now. It's more understandable. And I was just like, and they had asked me, like, hey, they told my friend, and my friend told me, he's like, hey, coach wants you to come play with us, or wants you to come train with us. Like, you've been coming with us for the last 3 seasons in the summer to train, and I would just do it to get in shape and, like, get the IQ from them, because they taught me a lot. And then I would train with them, and then I was like, my dad told me, he's like, hey, why do you keep coming here? Like, what's the whole point of this? I was like, oh, like, I just want to play soccer. He's like, I just want you to let you know that I'm not gonna pay $500. Right. He straight up told me, bro. And I was just like, whatever. Like, when the time comes, like, we'll see what's up. And then tryouts came, and I told them, and I was like, hey, can you take me to tryouts? And they're like, why? You're not, like, even if you make the team, we can't pay for it. And then, bro, I remember that day I cried, like, for 3 hours straight. I was so sad. And then I couldn't play. And then they had texted and called me. They're like, hey, where you at? Are you coming? What happened?
Right.
And then I just ghosted them. And I told my best friend who was on that team, I was like, bro, my parents can't pay for it. That's what they said. And they're like, all right. So then 3 weeks later, I think like 2 weeks before the season starts, they hit me up again, the coach. They're like, hey, they really want you to come play. Come try out. Sometimes for the players, the coaches pay half and you pay the other half. So they might do that for you. I was like, if they're asking you this much that they want you to play.
Right.
And then I went, I practiced like normal, whatever. My dad and the coach talked and was like, we'll pay for half of it. And I think I only ended up paying like $100, bro.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah. So I got to play, and I only got to play one season because after that, the team just fell apart. I was so sad, bro. I was like, damn, like, and it was competitive. That's the most competitive soccer I've ever played, bro. And it was so fun. And I started off on the bench. Someone got hurt. I stepped up and started playing like as a starter, and that was cool. And that's when I was like, okay, I can play. And then I ended up playing in South Texas, which is so much different in North Texas.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
And it's different. I think North Texas is a lot more competitive.
Oh yeah,
South Texas is like kind of, I don't know. Then I started playing there. Then that's when I went to my first showcase. And that was crazy, bro.
Yeah, the level just like goes through the roof on those showcases.
It was mind blowing. There was coaches everywhere. There's scouts everywhere. These people are talking to you ready.
Just sitting in the freaking chairs over on the sideline. Yeah, it's
like
nerve-wracking,
They're ready. Bro, I got such a sad story, man. I'm sorry. I'm the one talking a lot here. I'm going to say the story real quick. So I was finishing up my senior year in high school, and I was playing soccer. I just got done with football season because they needed a kicker, so I ended up kicking, and we won state, so that was fun. And then right after that, state was in December. Soccer season started in November. So I was active, bro. And then I had select in South Texas. So I was training like every day, bro, like Monday through Friday. And that was tough. And I haven't trained like that in 2 years because freshman year I trained a lot because I was trying to do everything. And I was like, nah, I'm going to just do soccer. And then like my shins, I started getting shin splints. I first experienced with that. I've never experienced shin splints before.
Right.
And I was
they're the fucking worst.
And I was like confused. I pulled both my hamstrings. Like I got hurt, bro. Like I was just, and I was a kid, bro. I wasn't eating right. I didn't know none about I didn't know about any of that. So that season there with the select team, I got hurt. I was out, and then I couldn't play that much in soccer in high school. It wasn't district yet, so it wasn't a big deal. But I got like to March, and we were finishing up my last playoff game, and I told, dude, we were playing like the team that had won state the year prior,
right?
And we barely made it to playoffs because his team was supposed to lose, for us to get in. It was one of those situations, and I was thinking like our season's over. I was like, all right, like I got this tournament in 2 weeks. Like I'm a rest, like I'll be good. Like my high school season's over. It's what it is. And then we found out that we made it, and I was like, well, we can make a strong run. It's my senior year,
right,
whatever. And then that year, bro, I got so upset because the captain of our team, I never became captain of my high school team, which I never will understand why. And I'm still to this day like super upset about that because I was such a good leader, man, and my teammates like loved me, but I think the coach was just real biased.
That was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Did your mom pay anything to the PTO?
No,
That's why.
Probably.
Hey, look, it's same situation, man.
Yeah, and it was just like, and I was like, when they announced to the captain our senior year, I was like junior year, like, all right, probably, I didn't get it. And then one of my friends got it, and I was like, bro, like, what the fuck? And then senior year was the same thing. It was just one captain, and I was like, bro, I hate to say this, but I was like, I carry this team mentally, like, not on the field, but like I put like that's how I felt.
Right.
And then whatever. So the captain didn't even go play that game, bro. He was just like, fuck that, I'm done. And then I was like, damn, that's shitty. And then so we ended up playing this game, bro. We lost like 9-1. And I remember like the last second half came, we were losing like 6-0 already. I told my coach, I was like, hey, coach, I got a showcase tournament tomorrow. Like, I'm going to just sit out. Put me in like the last 2 minutes just to finish my last game on the field. And he was like, all right. And dude, my shins were already beat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then the next day came, bro. I ran like 2 sprints in the showcase tournament, and I was like, I can't do this. I had 3 games that day.
Man, that's rough.
And bro, like that, I don't know why that happened, but it was such a sad day for me because that day I knew that my soccer career was probably over.
Right.
Because I was like, this was my opportunity to get picked up by college, to get offered anything, and I did not, bro. I came out, and I was the best player on my team at that time.
Right.
And I mean, I had 2 or 3 guys who got offered something, which I was happy for them.
Right, of course.
And then, but I was just like, I'm the best player on the team, and I don't say it in a cocky way. And I was like, I didn't get offered anything. But I mean, I don't know why. I mean, from now I see, I was like, you know what? It wasn't for me. Yeah, and it wasn't meant for me. I was like, there's a reason why I couldn't compete at the level I do, especially when stuff like that's on the stake, bro. Like I play so good under pressure. Always. Even now Sunday league, bro. When we got playoffs or whatever, I go off and it's fun. But that day I couldn't, bro. I played probably out of those 3 games, I probably played 60 minutes, bro. We're playing 45-minute halves. That's all I got to play.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Bro. And then that was, I don't know if you have any sad soccer stories like that.
Man, I don't really have any sad ones. I mean, I gave up on college soccer and joined the Army for some stupid ass reason. Don't know why I did that.
Talk about that. Because I think you played college, right?
Yeah, so I played 2 college sports. Somehow, don't know how I really did that. But yeah, I played college soccer at Eastern Oklahoma State. My first semester of college was supposed to go to Oklahoma Wesleyan, which is like one of the top NAIA schools.
I went to go try out for them.
Yeah, they're really good, really good. Yeah, Luca actually just signed with the Northern Colorado Hailstorm or something like that.
That was Luca. He came out of there?
Yeah, he came out of Oklahoma Wesleyan, and so, but yeah, went to Eastern Oklahoma State. And I hated it. I was in Wilburton, Oklahoma.
For real?
Yeah, there's more dead people than alive in that town.
Get out of here.
Not lying. There's probably more people in the cemetery than actually in the town.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah, it's pretty whack. But I mean, so the coach Trevor Harmon, he's a great coach. I mean, he won Coach of the Year when he went to Southern Nazarene, which is the Division II team. We had a great team, but it was just like the city that I was in. And I love big cities. Like, that's why I love Austin so much. Yeah. It's just because it's a big city and there's so much to do. I hate when there's not shit to do. Yeah. Like, even Waco is pushing it. Like,
Waco's not fun.
Yeah. So, so I was there and, the coach pulled me into his office. I was on a full ride. Like, he offered me a full ride. Yeah. But he pulled me into his office at the end of the season. He's like, hey, if you don't perform in the spring, then probably not going to be able to offer you the full scholarship, just a partial scholarship. and I went to the recruiting station that night.
Really?
I mean, I was pretty high when I did it too. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Went there. And then it just like that shit rolled downhill real quick, and I got joined up in the Army real fast.
Wow.
But so I kind of gave up on myself there, and I don't necessarily regret it. I mean, I do and I don't. I mean, I wouldn't have gone pro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not.
I know that when I did speak to you in the past, you sounded like you did play at a high level.
Yeah.
And then you said you got to play. I think I went to Hillsboro, which is called Hill College.
Yeah, that was a first goal that I scored actually in college.
And you got to play against them.
Yeah, so it was a very rainy day. I remember vividly our bus broke down, man.
What?
It was like a 6-hour drive on a bus, and we got a nice charter bus that time, so it was cool, but the bus broke down.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the game should have been canceled because we drove so far. They didn't cancel it. Bro, when I say it was raining, I mean, it was like monsoon season. It was nuts. The mud was like as thick as this can. Like, I mean, it was absolutely
and you
nuts.
got to score?
Yeah. So the ball comes in. I mean, just Marcy, he actually plays for the Bohemian national team now. Marcy plays it into me, and it just like somehow just lands like kind of on my foot.
Yeah.
Like, it was a powerful cross. So like I just had to redirect it, and I'm like sliding and like, like trying to get it, and I get it, and it just goes in, like barely like rolls in. I was like, count it. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
and I remember I even tried to play with that school.
Yeah, Hill College.
But I had too many injuries already, bro. My knees and all that shit.
Yeah, and people don't understand, man. The JUCO level is tough, dude. Yeah. Like I was talking about Marcy, like he plays for the Bohemian national team. I mean, it's the Bahamas; they're not like fantastic or anything, but he's a phenomenal player when played Division II afterwards. And I don't think there's any real there's a few JUCOs that are like pretty shitty. There's a few like Crowley Junior College in like Kansas is absolute ass. Like, sorry if anybody listening is from there, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. But they're bad. But everywhere else, man, like Tyler Junior College is absolutely insane. Tyler, Texas, down here. I mean, they're like Division I players that just didn't have the academics or international players.
Yeah.
Like and that's what JUCO. That's what JUCO is now.
Because Oklahoma Wesleyan's a JUCO, right? Or
it's NAIA, so they have a lot of internationals too. There's like the internationals that actually cared about their education as well.
Yeah.
And didn't want to take the 2 years at a community college type of thing.
But when I went, my buddy from that showcase tournament, he got invited, and he told the recruit or the scout, he was like, "Hey, like I got a buddy who's really good. He just didn't show up." And they're like, "Well, just bring him with you," and that's how I got to, I guess, try out with them. And they gave us both a partial scholarship. But
probably like 3,000 is what they usually do.
But they straight up told us like you're probably not gonna be on the starting team unless like during the season you show up and do like you blow our minds,
Yeah.
But they're like, you guys are good enough to be, I guess, I don't know what it was called, whatever.
Yeah, the reserve team probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Peterson, he's the coach over there. He's been the coach for a while now, probably the same one when you were there.
Yeah.
Where we're thinking about going there. He's a great guy. But they got to meet numbers and stuff. And so it's like, they have a reserve team that's still high quality.
Yeah.
Because if their whole, starting team goes down, they still need to have a deep bench. But NAIA is kind of nice, but it does kind of suck for, American soccer with the NAIA in Division III and even kind of Division II. They got to meet a certain recruitment number. I mean, I was a college coach last semester, and I was an assistant coach at Schreiner University. I'm not shouting them out. They're terrible school, terrible organization. The head coach there is an asshole. Like, he's terrible. Anyways, so
you good.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
but they have to meet numbers, man, and they just sometimes they just recruit so bad. Oklahoma Wesleyan does a fantastic job. Schreiner does not. That's a prime example of like where
they'll just bring up anybody.
Well, yeah, and then like the guys that are good, like because at Schreiner University, there's a guy named Manny. And he's good. Like he's not the biggest guy out there, but he's pretty freaking good. And he was a freshman. And coach never played him because he had an attitude problem, kind of.
Yeah.
It wasn't even an attitude problem. He was just cocky and he wanted to win. He was fun. He was energetic in practice, and he just wanted to go and like just play soccer. Like he loved the game, and the coach just didn't like it, so he never played him. And now he's probably not going to stay there.
American mindset, bro.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, college soccer is kind of a waste of time now, too.
Yeah.
If you're trying to go pro in America, whoever's out there listening, don't play college soccer.
Yeah.
Like, just don't. Go play UPSL, USL, or even better, just try and go overseas somewhere or get into an actual MLS academy.
Yeah.
So, that's the best advice I can give, young soccer players right now.
Good advice.
Yeah. So,
But when I went to Oklahoma, there were so many talented players.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
When I played, that was probably, I mean, I'm pretty sure at least one of those guys went pro.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I'm sure Luka was probably actually, what year was it?
It was like 2016.
2016. Yeah, Luka was there playing probably. So, yeah,
there was this guy, bro. He was from Spain.
Right.
And he played for the reserves for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
But he came for school. And he played, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that they were like Serbian or Spanish, or I think he has some English guys on there, but he really recruits out of Serbia. That's where Luka's from. And like, dude, those dudes, they don't care, bro.
Yeah.
They do not care about your life. They don't care about like, dude, they're so rough. Like, it's nuts. Like,
for real?
Dude, playing against them and even in practice and like training, when I like went for a little training thing with them, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, they play this game in the warm-ups where like you're just jogging, and like if you're like a fresh recruit or like a freshman or something, you'll be jogging and then they'll be like, all right, backpedal, and then you're all backpedaling in a circle. Then one of the seniors will like get down on like their hands and knees. Excuse me. And then the other one will just like push you over. Like, I'm like, bro, this is like, what the heck? And the coaches are just like laughing. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
So
it's funny.
But yeah, no, I mean, college soccer in America, man, it's been, I mean, go get your education. Obviously, like getting your education is somewhat important. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's like super important, because you can, not go to college and still make a living. But I mean, it is nice to have those things. But I mean, you can take a coding class on YouTube or like on like, what is that? Like
the Udemy.
Yeah. And like get 85,000 starting out. So, it's like, do you really need college? It's a personal opinion, and it's an experience, man. I mean, I've been in college, for the last 3 years, and I love it. I hate the schoolwork. I don't think I've learned a damn thing, and I've kept like a 4.0 in most of my semesters too. Oh shit! But I haven't learned shit. I mean, I've learned a little bit, but like I got an A in micro and macroeconomics. Yeah. I can't tell you jack shit about economics. Yeah. Like, that's funny. Like, I can tell you the bare minimum, but like I'm not gonna like be able to get on a chalkboard and just like, no way. Yeah. So it's like accounting. Like, I'm passing accounting right now. Sorry if my professor is listening. She's probably not, but it's so hard that you just look up the answers. Yeah. And then the answers that you looked up, then you teach yourself basically just how to, but you don't teach yourself how to learn it. You teach yourself how to pass. Yeah. And that's a problem with college, I think, sometimes is you're just getting taught how to pass. Yeah. You're not like, you're not like learning the subject. Like, there's some that I've like, learned and been like, oh, like actually taken like it serious and been like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like sociology was one of them, and I actually got one of the lowest grades too. Oh shit. But I learned the most in that class, which makes no sense. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. But then I take like this master class from Dr. Eggert Suger, which is Mesut Ozil's agent. It's called the Football Agent Institute, and it's like $500. I mean, it's like the price of one college class. Yeah. There's monthly meetings with him, like on FaceTime. Yeah. Like Mesut Ozil's agent is like staring at you, right? That's crazy. I've learned so much in that little bit, opposed to my whole college career. Yeah. I mean, so
what are you going to college for?
Marketing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I'm good at like, kind of getting people's names out there. I mean, I started a whole soccer team from scratch. Yeah. So good at getting things started and stuff like that. So I really do like the marketing aspect of it, but, it's just, you need that piece of paper, man, for some jobs. And that's the problem is, but
I mean, I got my associate's degree in cybersecurity, so yeah. But I mean, I'm selling cars now, but that's that's a story off camera though. I got something for you. Yeah. But I mean, I think that school I went to was very hands-on. It was what is it called? It's a school where you go to and everything's like hands-on.
Like a trade school?
Yes. Yes, it was a trade school. So that was fun. And when I had to take like English, math, I hated those classes. Yeah, man. And I cheated. Essays, everything. I cheated, bro. Like,
yeah. Well, that's the problem too, is everything's online now. So it's so easy. Like,
and then you can just pay somebody to do your essay. Like, that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, it's like $15, And if you're working, I mean,
hey, that's how what are you gonna do, right? The only thing I couldn't cheat on was my exams for what I actually went to school for. Right. Because you had to perform a lab and you had to do it, and there was an instructor there. That was fun. I was like, okay, now you're testing my knowledge.
Yeah. So, well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, even like these professors are like, oh, well, they're proctoring their exams. You have to have, the camera on. You have to have, you have to present your ID and everything. Make sure it's you, and so you can't Quizlet it. It's a lockdown browser, so you can't use Quizlet you. You know. But still, you know, the homework you can still get completely wrong.
Yeah.
And it gives you the answers, right? And then you go see how it got those answers.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah,
then you just teach yourself how not to fail.
Yeah.
Like you do the bare minimum how not to fail, and you pass college. Like it doesn't really make sense. I mean, the American education system is kind of whack.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, hey,
high school education. Well, here in Texas.
Oh, the high school education system is terrible.
Yeah,
but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
That's way off topic. Yeah. But yeah, no. So I mean, I got out of college and then joined the military. And
how was that?
It was okay. So I didn't hate it, but I hated it.
Yeah.
I love parts about it. I actually loved basic training. Yeah. Bro, basic training, I was lit. I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I was like helping people like try and like stay in basic training and stuff. Like I remember my buddy Scott like was crying in the bathroom like the first day of basic training. And he was literally crying in the bathroom. He's in the National Guard still to this day. Oh shit, that's wild. But yeah, I mean, it was just like, it was so much fun for me. Yeah. I mean, I hated every minute of it, like when I was in it, but looking back on it, I'm like, man, that shit was fun. Yeah. Got to literally go and shoot like every other day, got to go on ruck marches, didn't have to worry about my damn cell phone. Yeah. Because no matter how much I love my cell phone, looking back on the time that I didn't have it, there was so much less stress.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure about that.
Yeah, and I didn't have to worry about money, didn't have to worry about like, you know, I had a bed to go to. Yeah. I had food, you know, I mean, it was shitty food, it was a shitty bed. Yeah. But it was all there. And like I said, I hated it while I was in. But like looking back on basic training, especially once I got out and got into the active duty, I was like, damn, basic training is nice.
So what happened after you graduated? How was that like?
Yeah, so I went to airborne school and I was supposed to go to RAS, which is Ranger Assessment and Selection Program. Let a girl talk me out of it because I was trying to get closer to her, which I shouldn't because that then disqualified me from airborne school.
It didn't or it did?
It did.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know, ask the Army. Yeah. So I had to go, didn't get to finish airborne school, got to go to airborne holdover, which I was there for like 4 months, which was amazing.
Oh, it was amazing.
Well, I mean, it sucked, but it was amazing. Like we had rules that we had to clean the bays and stuff, and it was still a bay. So I got no privacy. Yeah. You know? So that kind of sucked. But bro, we went off post all the time. Like we tore Columbus up, like getting literally drunk during the day. No, Georgia.
Georgia. Okay.
Yeah, which is like where Fort Benning is. And like, bro, it was a fucking blast. But that aside, then went to Fort Hood. And Fort Hood was not fun. They literally wanted to, and I didn't get to go home in between that either.
At all?
Yeah, at all. Shit. So it's been like, 4 months plus 4 months. So it's been like 8 months since I've been home. And I'm like, fuck, I want to go home and see my family, right? See my girl, And then they're like, oh yeah, in 2 days you're going to Korea.
Get the fuck out.
No, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I was like, yeah.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah, dead ass. Fuck. Well, my shoulder was like super fucked up. Every time I went like this, it dislocated. Oh. Like anytime I went like over here, like it just dislocated. I don't know why. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to see if I can get that fixed and not go to Korea. Because there was like 2 months left in it. So like, I don't want to go to Korea for like 2 months. Yeah. Right? So
why was that? Why were they going to send you to Korea?
That's just how the Army is, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, and it's not like that everywhere. Fort Hood just sucks. Yeah, I mean, fuck Fort Hood. I mean, like.
When you figured out you were going to Fort Hood, were you like, damn?
I was hyped because it was close to home.
Yeah.
But then I looked up at Fort Hood and I was like, I am not hyped. Yeah. I was like, I do not want to go. Yeah. But so the whole reason why I went to RASP was because my orders originally were for Alaska.
Oh.
And I'm not fucking going to Alaska. Like, I'd probably kill myself up there. Yeah. Like, there's no way. Like, definitely not going to Alaska. So I went to RASP because I was like, I'm going to go be a badass. This is dope. Yeah. And I could have. I could have passed. I 100% like could have gone through and everything.
But you say you didn't go because of what?
A girl.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, don't ask me. I was like 19 at the time, just stupid.
She was just like, don't do it?
No, bro. Yeah, I was just thinking with my other head, Yeah. I mean,
I got one of those.
Yeah, right? I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. So, but when I was at Fort Hood, the leadership at Fort Hood was awful.
Really?
And
I've heard scary stories. But
no, it's nuts. I'm pretty sure my sergeant killed his wife, but
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Hey, Fort Hood, Sergeant Atkinson, fuck you.
Yeah.
But he probably killed his wife.
Why, his wife died or
she committed suicide, apparently, but shot herself in the chest.
Oh, interesting.
No one commits suicide by shooting themselves in the chest. and like the shit just does not add up. Then he got like, you know, remarried like a few months after, or like a year after, but was dating the girl like 3 months after. Literally used the SVGLI, which is like the life insurance, was like $500,000 for his wife, and bought like a new house like over on like the Lake Blora, which is over there in Fort Hood, and like
that's fucked up.
It just doesn't add up, man. It just does, and I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he did. This isn't a murder podcast.
Yeah.
They should look into it. They should really look into it.
Wow.
But shit like that in Fort Hood happens all the time.
I mean, ever since the Vanessa thing
and see, that's the thing is like that made national news, right?
Yeah.
Her parents made a big fuss about it, rightfully so. I'm not like good for them. But there was shit like that way before that.
See, that's what
like shit like that happened like all the time.
That's what I heard, that like
their parents either didn't care, they didn't have a next of kin, or it just was swept under the rug, you know?
But I've heard like people just go missing. I mean,
people go AWOL all the time. Yeah,
people like are being found in the woods dead.
Yeah,
like, shit's.
Well, yeah. This the craziest thing about the Vanessa thing is they were looking for her body and found another fucking body. I'm like, so y'all don't see there's a fucking problem here. Like y'all are just gonna like just casually be like, oh yeah, we found another body. It's this guy. You know, oh sorry, R.I.P. Okay, next. Like they just literally like how casually they swept that under the rug too. I was like, bro. Y'all don't realize y'all were literally looking for another body.
And found another one.
And found a different one.
Yeah, that's insane.
And y'all are just going to kind of casually be like, oh, well, there's that guy that was missing 3 years ago. One, how the hell did y'all find him before the other one? And what brought, I don't know. Like, people are like, oh, there's a serial killer on the base. Probably not. But, like, it's just, the problem with Fort Hood is the leadership and stuff, and the culture is just so bad.
Well, what's an example? Like you go in somewhere and be like, hey, fuck you, or like, hey, clean this shit up, or what was it like? Or like they just didn't care.
Yeah, so like the problem was if like you had any issue like mental health, which is a bad thing in the Army.
I'm sure.
They don't give a fuck. They're getting better at it now.
Fort Hood or in general in the Army?
In general in the Army. At Fort Hood, I have no idea. They weren't when I was there. They said fuck you. But they just don't care. So or if like my shoulder was literally fucked up. I mean like. Yeah, I was kind of doing it to not have to go to Korea for 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, but if there would have been like, hey, in 4 months you're going to Korea for a whole 9 months, I would have been like, all right, cool. Like, let's fix my shoulder and let's get me over there.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. They were just trying to send me in 2 months.
Yeah.
Or in 2 days, sorry. But like my shoulder, I literally had to get surgery on it.
Damn.
Like I literally had to get shoulder surgery. And they just were treating me like a broke dick, you know, like they were just treating me like I was some shit bag.
What would they say?
And like, they just like, you know, had me pull staff duty literally every single week.
Oh, fuck.
Like, which is a 24-hour shift.
Damn.
So like it was almost every other day for a little bit there. Like it was absolutely nuts, which reckon it was because everybody else was in Korea. So like it was literally like no one else was there. But then when everybody got back, it continued. And that's what really pissed me off. Is like, look, I'm still trying to be high speed like I was in, you know, basic training.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a dumbass. I know how to do my job in the Army. It's not hard. Like being in the Army is not a hard task. Being good at being in the Army is hard. Yeah. But being in the Army is not hard. And, you know, I got to the normal unit and they got back from Korea. And just because I didn't go to Korea with them, they were just dicks. They just thought they were better than me.
Yeah.
They just thought that, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. They thought that I couldn't, you know, basically, they thought that I was a bitch.
Oh, I see.
You know, because I didn't go. And I'm like, bro, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, think what you want. Sure, go ahead. But, like, that's not the case. And I proved it to him over and over again. Like, the craziest thing is, like, so I did the PT test finally because I finally got off profile or whatever and was able to do the PT test. Blew it out of the water. I ran, like, I think it was like a 6:45 mile or something. Shit. I can't do that now. I'm running the Austin Marathon tomorrow, the half marathon. I'm about to die. I'm out of shape. Like I got way out of shape, but that's definitely a story for another time too.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, it was like a 6:45 mile, and they're like, no, the clock was off, and wrote down an 11-minute mile.
Wow.
I was like, what?
They really did that?
I literally showed them my watch too. That was like, it was like a few seconds, you know, more. But I was like, bro, what? They're like, oh, you didn't go all the way down. I'm like, my PT belt is on the other side. I went all the way down.
Yeah.
A pacer guy is right behind me. Like I went all the way down. They literally were that ridiculous about things.
That's crazy.
And then there was just no support, man. Like I said, like the mental health thing. I got in a really dark place, dude. Like in the Army, I was really depressed. Like there was got broken up with, and then I mean it's just drinking every day.
Yeah.
is fun, but like
Yeah.
it comes to a point where you're like, you know, if I'm drinking every day and my work sucks too, and I dread going to work every day.
Or you just like depressed?
Bro, I was very depressed. I mean, I'm not gonna say like excuse me, like there were times where I like was definitely thinking about like committing suicide and stuff, and I'm not that type of person. So, you know, and I actually was one of the people that would like kind of like brush people off, like, no, you won't, like type of thing. But then I was like, now I never will, because I was in that situation. I was like, fuck, I'm like actually thinking about this, like definitely, like it was rough.
Yeah, no,
and then like looking back on it, I'm glad now because I didn't, and like, you know, I'm a lot happier now. But
was it just like a compound of like every day the same shit?
Yeah, bro. I mean, so it was like every day go to the motor pool, you know, sweep grass, basically we're literally sweeping asphalt.
Yeah.
Like, why the hell do you got to sweep asphalt? Like, bro, the asphalt's gonna be there anyways. Like, it's just shit didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you were going through your daily tasks, and it just didn't make sense. And it's all busy work because there's not a war, so it's just busy work.
Yeah.
And so like now there's some MOSs like in like the Air Force and stuff like that. Like they're constantly doing stuff, so they probably enjoy their life.
Yeah.
I was in 11 Charlie in Fort Hood, Texas.
Yeah.
And that shit sucked.
Damn.
I wasn't even doing office work. Like that's how like, and we went to the field, but when we went to the field, like the sergeants were just dickheads. You know, they didn't let you bring stuff. It's like, bro, it's 2020. Well, it wasn't 2021 at the time, but it was like, it's 2018. Let's bring a fucking charger for our phones.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to be on it when we're doing, like, you know, fire drills, but, like, you know, live fire, obviously we're not going to be on our phones, but, like, let us, like, you know, when everybody's going to sleep, just be on our phones for a few minutes, you know, like, whatever.
And they wouldn't let you bring chargers?
No.
Did they check your shit or what?
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't, but like we still did. But like, it's just the concept of it, bro. And like,
I see.
And like the sergeants always got to sleep in like the, you know, the fob, which, you know, had all the air conditioning or the heaters and stuff like that. And we had to sleep outside, you know, no tents, stuff like that. And like
in the fucking open field?
Yeah, bro. It was
That's
just
crazy.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense. And now I understand, like, obviously, like, it's some of the like hardcore veterans out there are gonna be like, oh, well, this kid's a bitch because, you know, we had to sleep on the ground. Okay, cool. It's, you know, like I said, it's 2022 now. Yeah. Like, there's technology for that. There's cots that have tents on them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, we won't have those in war. Well, some people will. Some platoons will.
If you go somewhere, I'm sure they're gonna have the highest and nicest thing.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it wasn't bad. But the problem is, I was constantly thinking about soccer.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I was constantly thinking about being out of the Army, and I think that's one of the reasons why it hurt me so bad too. Is because I was constantly thinking, I want to be doing something else. I don't want to be in the Army. So
you got out recently, right?
Yeah, it was May 12th, 2019.
When you were in the Army, did you do anything like besides the Army in that time? Like, do you have anything else going on?
Oh yeah, played semi-pro soccer with the Clean Knights or FC Knights.
How was that
in the UPSL? It was a blast. But the problem is though, and I was really dedicated to it. But the problem was, like, you know, I had to do a 24-hour shift, and then I'd have a game the next day.
Fuck.
Yeah, but I'd still go to the game, and the game would be in like Houston.
Oh hell!
Which I'm not even supposed to be. And here's another thing with the military, right? It's like you can only go so far without getting a pass. And it's like if I put in a pass, say, "Hey, I'm gonna go play a soccer game," they'd say no.
Yeah.
So you have no freedom. You're fighting for freedom, but you don't have it.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. It's like, yeah, it's nice to fight for freedom. It's nice to fight for, you know, your nation, but then you're gonna have none for however long you're in.
Yeah.
But you know, it was great. The games that I went to, you know, I scored a lot, got a lot of assists. It wasn't the highest quality league. And then it ended up getting to a high quality league. The team ended up disbanding. Went and played for Bell County for a little bit.
This was all during the Army still?
Yeah, during the Army. And the craziest thing was that you were having to pay to play still, though.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Yeah. And so I was like, bro, what? Like, this is like, you know, pro development, semi-pro, quote unquote soccer. Like, I should not be having to pay for this shit.
Yeah, if you go to Mexico, bro,
and so that's why I made, you know, Rivertown Football Club, where you don't have to pay. Like, we didn't have to pay. We provided the jerseys, everything, you know, travel, all that.
Just had to make the team or what?
What was that?
You just had to make the team?
Yeah, so I got out of, I got done with kicking at UMHB and ended up starting my own team in San Marcos, Texas, which is right between Austin and San Antonio. Prime location.
Real quick, what did you do right after the Army then? Did you go just straight to UMHB?
Yeah, well, so right after the Army, I actually was going to go play at Randall University in Oklahoma. It's like a small, like, it's like NCCAA Division II, I don't know, shitty soccer. But I was going to go play just because I wanted to. But then like my shoulder was not having it. Like
It was still fucked.
Oh yes, it's still fucked up. Like the Army did not fix it very well.
You had surgery?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So,
That sucks.
yeah, I mean, and it's still like it just. Yeah, it just hurts after a while. Like this 13 miles is gonna freaking kill me tomorrow.
Damn.
But it's fine. We're all good. We're all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moved back to Oklahoma for like 2 months. But when I was there, I got 30,000 in separation pay from the Army.
Wow.
So I blew that shit real quick.
30,000.
Yeah, bro.
How do you get
don't
that?
ever. I'll tell you off air, but
okay.
yeah, it was just nuts. And
You blew that shit.
not like right off, but like I spent 90% of it by the time I was starting my own team.
Damn.
And that was like a year from that point. But so I went back to Oklahoma for 2 months, and I was just like, dude, Oklahoma fucking sucks. I was like, this shit is boring. Because I was going to 6th Street in Austin every weekend when I was in the Army.
How far was
when
it
I didn't
from
have
there?
a game. It was like 45 minutes.
Get the fuck out, really?
Yeah, bro. Because it's in Temple, right? Fort Hood's like right in Temple.
Oh, yeah.
Or in Belton. So it's like, it's only like an hour from here. We come up here to Baylor to go party with the college girls too all the time. But like, we were going back and forth all the time. Me and my buddy David Hill, like we were just getting plastered, coming back, getting plastered, coming back, like, staying down there for the weekend. So I fell in love with Austin that way. I fell in love with it in a completely different way now.
Yeah.
But so got out of there, and then I was like, okay, I need to move back to, close to Austin.
Yeah.
So I found UMHB. I was actually going to go to San Diego, Grossmont, which is a community college, but I was like, I don't want to go to a community college again because I don't want to be in the same situation. Although I probably should have, because I probably would be playing in college my senior year right now, somewhere at like a Division I school, because I was really, really good at kicking. Problem is I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then went to UMHB, and like I said, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
You were kicking here, right?
Yeah. It was a very religious college though, so like there wasn't like a lot of parties or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah.
I would think, those schools.
Well, I mean, like,
most,
well, you would think, but this is like a Division III school.
Yeah.
So it's not like TCU. Like TCU is fucking nuts.
Oh, I bet.
Baylor.
Yeah.
It's technically a Christian school, and it's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, it wasn't.
You say you one semester?
Yeah, just one semester. Mm-hmm. So got a 3.75 there,
And what, you get an apartment, a dorm?
Yeah, it was an apartment because the military gives you like housing allowance. So I got an
shit.
apartment. It was a nice ass apartment, and like I was chilling, dude. I was living large. It was nice because I had that 30,000 in my pocket, bro, and like just going out every weekend. I bought a motorcycle, like, bro. I was going ham. It was nice.
And then what did you do after that?
So, and then I found my current girlfriend. We were actually not dating for a little bit here when I moved back to Oklahoma the second time.
Yeah. So after UMHB, you went back to Oklahoma?
No. So after UMHB, I stayed in Temple and then moved to San Marcos because she went to Texas State. So I moved down there with her. And the only reason why...
How'd you meet her?
6th Street. lit Lounge, New Year's Eve.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
really?
yeah. She was my New Year's kiss in 2019.
Shit. Nice.
Yeah, so that was nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to go to San Marcos too wasn't just for her, because I was like, if I made this mistake once, I'm not gonna do it again, right? So
He said, I made a mistake once, not doing it again.
Yeah. So went down to San Marcos to start a team because I was like, man, it's right in between San Antonio and Austin.
That's fucking crazy,
and
bro.
it doesn't have a fucking team.
Why would you? What were you thinking to be like, I want to make a team?
Because I saw how the other ones were ran, and I was like, I can do better.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, like you're a competitive person. I'm a very, very competitive person.
Yeah.
I mean, like you've seen me before. Like I'm super fucking competitive.
Yeah.
Like I don't like losing.
Yeah.
Like I don't lose. Like I do lose, but if I lose, I like gave my all, and like I learned a valuable lesson within that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was just like, man, and I wanted it to be free, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, why are kids having to pay to play the world's game, to play the most beautiful game in the world?
Yeah.
Why are kids having to pay?
A lot of money, man.
And it's like, and in America, we're way too fucking big to have a national team, basically, because our scouting network is ginormous.
Bro, I heard this other day on a podcast. If American soccer was, when you were growing up, if it was not as expensive, we would be the best country in
Well,
the
and
world.
yeah, see, that's what I'm getting at is because, like, and even if it was split up into 4 regions, you know, if the U.S. national team was like, you know, USA West, USA North, USA South, USA East, whatever. But if it was cheaper, the problem is, since it's not split up like that, is you have too big of a player pool, and the ones that you're able to look at and find are the ones that are, you know, being seen at these big tournaments and stuff and paying that money. Well, there's these kids. There was a kid in Killeen, Texas that I saw that was chopping people up. This kid's 12 years old, better than 21-year-olds that I know that were playing club or in college. Like, this kid was a stud, but his parents were broke as shit, weren't able to pay.
Yeah.
So he's never going to get found.
Yep.
That's some shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I'm going to make a team where he can come and play.
Yeah.
And we're going to help fix the system. And now here's the problem. It's not easy to do that. You can't just make a team and expect money to grow on trees. You know, you gotta have good investors, and then you have to have community support.
Yeah.
You know, so we failed due to COVID.
That's tough.
Yeah, so like it just so happened that as soon as the year I started the team, COVID hit.
That
fucked everything up. But the good thing is, though, it's probably coming back in 2023. I'm getting a job with, it's either CTS, which is Rapid Set, it's like a concrete company, or Legends Boxing Gym as an account manager there. It's between those 2 jobs right now. It literally at the exact same time happened. So I'm just trying to decide which one. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to start the team back up and get it going. But like I said, to be able to be 100% free to play, what we're going to do is we're going to start at UPSL. So we're going to start with an adult team, right? Because adults are way easier because they got cars.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So if we can't afford transportation, then they can just drive to the games.
Yeah.
Right? If we have to have them maybe buy a jersey, or if we have to have them, you know, find a sponsor to get a jersey, then they can do that. But they won't have to pay anything out of their pocket. Yeah. And we didn't our first season. We didn't have anybody pay out of their pocket at all.
Wow.
We had a few players on the team that provided the buses and stuff, which was really cool. And so that was really nice. But to do that, you have to have so many sponsors.
I'm sure.
And we're probably trying to do it maybe fan-based, maybe not. But, yeah, I mean, the problem is we just want something to be free to play. So we're going to do UPSL, then we're going to do U18.
No, you're good. I was looking for more. This shit's kind of hidden, bro.
I thought there was like a mouse or something. I was damn, all right. But so we're going to go, you know, UPSL, U18, then we're going to do a U14, then we're going to do a U12, then we're going to do U10, and then we're going to we're probably going to stop at like U10, U12. Probably U12 is what we're going to stop at. Yeah. And then, but we're only going to have a 1 team per.
Oh, I see.
So it's going to be basically like an Austin FC, you know, academy, right? So it's going to be.
They have an academy, right?
Yeah. And so that's another thing that I was going to get to is that the MLS is doing very well now with the academies and stuff. They're actually selecting players and letting them come in and not have to pay.
Good.
You know, some, not all, but some are doing that. And that's what they all need to do. Yeah. Like, guys, MLS, y'all make enough money. Let these kids play for free, and let's get our national team to win a goddamn World Cup.
And it's like, for me, like, let's say, for instance, if I started training, I wanted to play, I don't know if I can go to FC Dallas or Austin or Houston and get a chance just by showing up. Hey, can I try? Because I've talked to coaches when I was young, and young, when I would visit Mexico. I was like, yeah, whenever you guys want to come here permanently for like 3 months, let us know. We'll let you train with the team, and we'll let you know what we think. I didn't have the courage as a little, I was fucking 13, bro. I was like, I don't want to go to Mexico.
Yeah, well, see, those residency programs and stuff is what the MLS needs to start doing. I mean, like, you see, like, Messi, like, he started out, you know, in Barcelona's academy at a young age.
Bro, how he did that. Looking back at it, like, I never had the balls or courage to do it. I was like, no, I don't want to do it.
Well, I mean, that's it. Well, you look at, like, was it Santos in Brazil? Yeah. Where Neymar is from and all that. Like, you know, I mean, it's a factory for players because they have a residency. They let these kids come in that are from the slums. Yeah. And, excuse me, and let them play. And they let them live and play. And, you know, that's what the U.S. needs to do. I mean, they have enough money. It's not like we don't have enough money. But the problem is we're too money hungry. Yeah. Right? And I don't know if it's ever going to fix. And honestly, like, I do care that if it gets fixed. And I think hopefully down the road it will.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if it does, the United States is going to be the best country in the world. Yeah. It's going to compete up there with, like, France. I mean, can't think of another competitive.
I don't know. I think we should pump the brakes a little bit on that.
I swear, bro.
I don't know, man.
I swear. But there's so many good Americans out there,
but you got to think, though, trying to find those ones and then put them in the team. So here's the problem that I see with American soccer, right? And I don't think it's necessary. I mean, there's a huge problem with the fact that it's a rich man's sport.
Yeah.
I'm not negating that fact. I think that there's a huge problem and it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
But the U.S. is the fucking size of this table.
Yeah.
And Croatia is the size of this speck. And like, you know, Germany is like the size of this can.
Yeah.
And the U.S. Texas is like this fucking table compared to those two.
Italy's like it's little as fuck.
Yeah, it's like your phone, you know, like compared to the So you got to think we have so many people in such a spread out area. How in the hell are we going to get the 11 best players in the United States on the national team?
Yeah.
Do you really think that the 11 players that we have starting on our 100% best roster, the 11 players on the field are the best 11 players in the United States right now above the age of 16?
No.
Absolutely not. There's no way to tell, right? And it's too big to know.
I never really thought about that issue.
So, like, that's a big issue. And I think a lot of people just gloss over it because it's like, oh, well, this is the national team.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. but the U.S. is fucking huge.
If you compare it to, like, countries like Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, like, those countries are not that big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the U.S. is, like, what, the size of Europe, probably?
Yeah. And then,
it's like, oh, well, people are like, oh, well, you know, what about, like, Russia? And what about, like, you know, China and stuff? And it's like, well, China kind of has that problem.
They do. They don't have
Russia. Most of the habitable area is like in a little chunk, or on the borders, and so like they know, and also their government system is way different than ours.
Yeah.
So like I mean it's just like the problem is that I see really is it's just too fucking big, man. It's like the U.S. is just so big. So I think a good thing that we could, but I don't think it would ever get approved. I don't think we could ever do it.
Yeah.
Split it into sections. You know, either 4 or like maybe just 2. You know, or we can help by fixing the pay-to-play system. And we could help by making soccer more of a prominent sport, which it is. I mean, it's overtaking a lot of sports recently here.
It needs to be super, like, Waco, bro. Here, there's so much talent here, bro. I've played with...
Waco FC, UPSL. Yeah. They folded, though. Yeah. Wasn't enough interest.
It was like... I think the leadership was not the best.
Yeah.
Because I tried talking to the guy one time for something, and he just blew me off.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like...
Well, yeah, so that's the problem, too, is you have all these, like, lower league teams, right? Like, so you go over to Europe, and you see a team in every town, lower league. And then eventually those teams, like Bournemouth, you know, went from, you know, I think it was like the North League or something, and they went to the Premier League, you know, within, like, 6 or 7 seasons. Okay, cool. In the U.S., though, yeah, you can have a team in every city, but it's like, who's going to manage it? We have people that don't know.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, the problem is the owners, man.
I was asking about coaching.
Yeah.
And blew me off, bro. Hey, I said, hey, I got a response from him. Asked about coaching, never heard back. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No.
I was like, I wasn't upset, but I was like, hey, we're not interested right now.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, and then the things I heard after, I was just like, you know what, didn't seem like the leadership was too good.
Yeah, I had a buddy named Chuck that played with FC Knights that went over and played with Waco. But the problem that I see in lower league soccer, too, in America is that, you know, my team, we couldn't afford to pay a coach, right?
Yeah.
So I was the coach. Now, I'm a good coach, but that's just lucky that I was, you know, but I still wasn't the coach that I wanted for my team. You know, so a lot of these lower league teams, they don't have the money, so they need volunteers.
Yeah.
Well, Americans are fucking stingy as shit when it comes to volunteering.
Oh, pay me.
Yeah. They're like, pay me. Okay. You know, but I pay a $2,000 stipend a month.
Yeah.
You know, that's coming out of my pocket. You know, that's my rent that I could do.
Yeah.
No, it's too low. Bro, you ain't coaching for Austin FC.
Yeah.
It's a lower league soccer, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, though, they don't see the future. They don't see, you know, what it's trying to do for the soccer community
Can
and
a
stuff.
semi-pro go pro eventually? Like in the States?
No, and that's another problem.
See, I think that's an issue. It's like there's no, there's nothing constructed like where I can go compete.
Detroit City kind of made a field map because they're now in the USL. They started in I don't know if it's like UPSL or like a regional league there, which Detroit is a huge city, so they deserve an MLS team or like a high level team. But they went US or like either UPSL or something, and then they went NPSL, then they went NISA, and then now they're in USL. well, USL is a big league now. It's televised, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yes, I mean, to answer your question, yes, they can. But there's no pro rel.
Yeah.
So,
See, like in England, you can do that.
yeah, here you can.
Yeah.
So,
Which is like, I'm not saying let's go be like England, but
Right.
let's have a system where like if I go play for Waco FC or Round Rock or Dallas FC,
yeah.
we can ride, or I know that if I go to this team and we make it, we level up, division, work our way up, I can go pro.
Yeah.
Or you can get showcased to a pro team that you can get recruited.
Yeah, well, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's looking up, man. It's looking up because, Austin FC is doing a really good thing with their academy. We're starting to get academies and stuff that are doing that.
I seen they started doing that when I was like 2 years ago, I think, when I was like, damn, I'm happy they have an academy.
Yeah, so like it's nice. FC Dallas's academy is fantastic. I mean, Weston McKinney, who just came out of there, Ricardo Pepe. The Austin FC. FC Dallas is doing really good. And so hopefully, other MLS teams will follow suit. And I have hope for American soccer in the sense that we'll be producing better players, like more players going pro.
That's the thing, bro, that there is a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Here. But we live, and I don't say this in a greedy way, but we kind of live in the best country in the world.
Yeah. I mean, in a sense it is. I mean, if you go and travel to other countries and stuff too, there's a lot of good things about it, but there is something about America where it's just the size of it, I think, is appealing. The amount of opportunity and stuff.
Opportunity and the freedom you get.
And that's the same a lot of other places, but there's just a different feel because of how big it is, how many places you can go and stay within America.
Yeah.
Like you can travel in Europe by train and go to like 7 different countries, within 2 days. Whereas if you go 2 days across the U.S., you're still in the U.S.
Yeah.
So I think that's an appeal to the U.S. too. So, it's a land of opportunity and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I love it and I hate it. But I do hope that American soccer gets a lot better. I don't ever think we're going to win the World Cup unless we can somehow figure out a better scouting system.
You don't think, bro, I think the States will do it before Mexico does it. And I used to have this faith in Mexico.
So Mexico's large too, though.
Yeah, but Mexico,
I could see that one maybe.
but Mexico's coaching sucks.
Well, yeah.
I hate it, bro. I hate the Mexico team right now.
Yeah, it's right now. El Tre is definitely rough.
It's shit, bro. And I watch it, and I'm like, what am I watching, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I rather watch Liga MX before I watch it. I hate watching it, bro. I enjoy watching the States more play right now.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but it's just, unless we do it in 2026 somehow, when it comes to the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
I'm really excited
for that.
I'm really excited for the States and Canada.
Yeah, Canada's looking pretty
to see how they
nice
do
too.
in Qatar this year, if they make it.
If it happens.
Why do you say it won't happen?
I mean, Russia's might invade Ukraine in the next few days. I mean, it's literally happening. Like, do you know about that?
I don't know too much. I mean, you were in the army. I don't know how much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go into a full spill, but like, yeah, it's.
Tell me about it, bro.
I
don't know. I don't have.
I mean, Russia is. I don't know all of it. I know that Russia is, supposedly, and I'm an idiot. I don't know everything.
Yeah.
So
don't take you too serious.
Yeah. But supposedly they're doing like a lot of false flag attacks right now, which false flag is like, saying it's Ukraine and stuff like that and reporting it as like a Ukraine-backed, rebellion group is, attacking blah, 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 target. And then, I mean, they're just like, it looks like they're probably going to invade. But to what extent and how many civilian casualties depends on if the U.S. gets involved and not. Mm-hmm. And if the U.S. gets involved, it could potentially turn into like World War III, but like, don't want to scare everybody. Like, I don't think it will.
I don't think it'll get like as many casualties. I'd say that, but who knows?
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's just, we don't know. I hope not. Hopefully the Qatar World Cup is still going to happen. But also fuck Qatar for, making their...
I hate that the World Cup's there, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they basically made their workers like slaves, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. They did it in Brazil too.
Died too.
Yeah, they did it in Brazil too, though. So, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully the U.S., we already got the stadiums and stuff, so that's going to be pretty nice. But yeah, I don't think U.S. is going to do very good. I think they'll get to
so?
Yeah, maybe round of 16.
Yeah.
Maybe round of 16. I mean, they're a good team. Yeah, I mean, they're a good team, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not better than Belgium. They're not better than France. They're not better than, Brazil, Argentina.
I think they can put up a good fight.
Denmark's looking fucking scary.
Denmark?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Really?
Bro, Denmark in the Euros, bro, they were a dark horse, but how they play, it's nice.
I think a team like
I think Belgium's gonna win the whole thing.
Who?
Belgium.
I think they had their chance, bro.
No, this last one is the last of their golden years, and I think they're gonna win it.
I don't see it.
What do you think? Who do you think is gonna win? England?
No. I think
Mexico?
No, hell no. I really think it's gonna be like. I think these are my favorites. I mean, and there's a few. I like Brazil. I like Argentina. I like France. I like Portugal. And who's the other one I like? Netherlands.
So yeah, I like the Netherlands too. I just Belgium is looking nice, man.
I just don't.
I say it's either gonna be Belgium, England, or France.
You don't think it's South American team?
Man, I would like to say Argentina would win.
Yeah.
I would like to see Messi go out of the national team.
I
want to
see a GOAT win a World Cup, bro. I want to see
Portugal's never going to win though. That's probably
they did. So they have a good team though. They have a midfield and up.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they don't have defense. Yeah, and no matter how much I hate defense, it wins. It wins some games. Yeah,
no good keeper.
No, I mean I think if I had Italy's
good.
Yeah, I think Belgium or Italy is probably my top two. Belgium, Italy, and then unfortunately England. I don't want to see them win, but they just somehow get up there. And then Denmark is my fourth probably. Yeah. I don't think France is gonna win it this year. I don't think.
Bro, they have a squad.
Bro, Mbappe is fucking insane. Like the dude's nuts.
He is a different evolution of what's after Ronaldo and Messi, bro. It's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like freaking Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles.
Bro, so. He's so good. Did you see how he scored that one goal the other day?
Oh yeah,
last minute.
Yeah, in Champions League. Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
wow,
made no sense.
But if they don't win the Champions League, I mean this season, I don't even.
PSG?
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
bro, they have Messi and Mbappe. Yeah, arguably the best two in the world. Okay,
and they got Neymar too. Don't forget about Neymar.
Okay, but
bro, Neymar's one of the best players in the world.
I mean, sadly, bro, I hate Neymar.
Bro, but have you seen his new documentary?
That's why I hate him more.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it.
I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but I think he's a really selfish guy.
I think so too, but
when it comes to soccer.
I do too, but he's such a good player though.
He is really good. And I bet he's a cool fucking guy.
I think Messi's just seen his day, man.
No, bro. Messi still got it.
No, dude, I don't want to see him go either, but we got to be realistic here. He's
Messi got it more than Ronaldo, I'll tell you that.
Ronaldo's playing with Man U, bro.
I mean, but that's man. Oh, I mean, I guess he's playing the Prem, not Man U. I mean, even though they're doing all right.
I don't know. I think Liga 1 is pretty competitive though too. Not as competitive as the Premier League, but
not as competitive. But it's competitive-ish.
Yeah,
they didn't win the league last year.
No.
Yeah, which was funny.
Yeah,
which I don't know how you do it with Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
But it's rough. I mean, and then Ramos. I mean, they got everybody.
Yeah,
they got everybody. No, I think
were you surprised that PSG lost to Madrid?
No,
I was a little surprised.
Nah,
Madrid, because Madrid's been doing all right.
I think Madrid's they're gonna get a Haaland, and then they might get Mbappe too. But did you see PSG is offering him €1 million a week?
I seen that.
A week, bro. A week.
It's like
that means he wakes up on every Sunday and it's like nice, $1 million.
I think it's 75 million a year. Messi makes 43.
Yeah, Messi will end up in the U.S. though. He'll end up with Miami.
I don't think so.
Oh, you will. No. I would bet money right now that he'll end up in the MLS like probably next year.
No.
It'll be.
He's still got like two more seasons.
He's got. I was about to say that he's got like two max. He
got like this one and the next one, and I think depending how he finishes this season, it's going to determine what he does next season.
It also depends on if they get rid of Mbappe or not. Yeah. If Mbappe stays, Messi's leaving at the end of the season.
You think so?
Probably.
Why?
It's just he just wants to play soccer, man. He's over the trophies. He's not like Ronaldo wants more trophies, man.
Yeah.
Messi just wants the World Cup. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really care about the Champions League trophies.
You don't think he should go play for like Boca
trophies.
Juniors or something?
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if he went to like River Plate or like Boca.
Yeah.
Go that'd be pretty cool. Maradona on him, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, who do you think's gonna win Champions?
I'd like to see Chelsea win it again.
I'd like to see City fucking win one.
City?
Yeah. They fumble the bag every year.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm like, bro, you got such a deep squad, and you can't win a Champions.
I definitely don't want Bayern to win it. Inter would be cool to see, but they're already down 2-0 to Liverpool right now.
Liverpool got a squad too. My cousin's a Liverpool.
Bro, Liverpool, I do not want to win. Sporting definitely is going to win. They lost to Man City 5-0. They're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ajax or Chelsea. Lyle would be cool too, but I mean they're playing Chelsea, so I'd like to see Chelsea win that one. So
Chelsea's gonna go pretty deep.
I wouldn't be mad if Salzburg or Inter won, but yeah, I think Ajax would be a pretty cool team to win it all.
That'd be nice, but probably not. It would have been nice if they would have won it when they had. They had that deep.
They're
run.
gonna beat Man U.
Think so?
But I didn't even know Man U was in the Champions League this year.
I thought they were in the Europa.
I thought they were too.
That's funny. Yeah.
What the heck? I don't even know that.
Who they play? Ajax? Who they play?
They play Atletico.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, they're fucked.
I mean, Cristiano loves.
No, bro, they're done. They're done.
El Bicho.
Yeah, they're
against
done.
Madrid, bro.
But like Ajax plays Benfica right now.
Okay, but then after that, you got to play the big boys.
Juventus or Chelsea, that they can get past that.
Not Chelsea.
It'd be hard, but they could, because Chelsea's going to be depleted because they play the number 1 French team.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah.
So now, what are you doing now, man?
Yeah. So now, like I said, deciding on one of those 2 jobs, seeing which one's the better for me. Still doing school online. Just trying to pass, get that piece of paper. You know what I mean? And then, just just chasing the bag. Hanging out and just trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing, man. And
how old are you?
24. Yeah, 24. That's fucking crazy.
24 in March.
Yeah, it's nuts. I feel old as shit.
Don't say that, dude. We're young as fuck.
But I feel old though, because I've done so much though. That's the thing.
It's good.
I mean, yeah, it's a blessing and a curse for sure. Yeah. But yeah, man, not doing much. Going to all the Austin FC games, and then hopefully starting up Rivertown, like I said, up in 2023 again. And
you working right now?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just train. I just train kids in soccer. I work for Austin Sports Academy and do their after school program, and then also just coach private sessions on the side. So. I mean, it's fun, but it's not what I want to do. So we'll see. I want to be a sports agent eventually is what I really want to do. So
really?
Yeah, so
that'd be dope.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm working my way up, but you got to have money to do everything in America. So that's the one big problem in America though is a lot of freedom, but you got to have the money to do that stuff. So working on those, and then man, that's about all I'm doing.
Yeah. So. Well, it sounds like fun. I really hope that the semi-pro team goes somewhere in a good direction. And where people, I mean, I think it's a good idea that it can be free. Yeah. But I mean, man, I really hope that shit gets fixed.
Yeah, I do too. And like, I'm not trying to make a profit off of Rivertown or anything. I'm just trying to like help, unkink the system a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a long ass hose that's kinked in many places, and just trying to unkink that for like the one spot, and just hopefully, just make a difference in the soccer world in the U.S. and when maybe make a profit, maybe not.
Yeah. When the World Cup comes here, you're gonna go to some games, right?
No, absolutely. I'm gonna try and go to every single game. I don't care if I go broke. Like,
dude, I gotta go to. I mean, I'm a support Mexico every World Cup, but I hope to go to all 3 of the
games,
stage whatever games.
Yeah,
those. And then dude, my dream was to like go every game.
Yeah, no, bro. Like, if I have to sacrifice, like if me and my girl are like getting married, like on the day that like the U.S. plays, like fuck the wedding, I'm going to. I want to World Cup. If she's listening, I apologize. But like,
dude, my dream is to
like, how it's gonna work.
My dream is to go like on the World Cup with my dad, man. Like, he taught me everything about soccer and just like introduce the sport to me. So I'm always like, man, I wanna just take you to a World Cup,
right?
And just go to a World Cup, get drunk. Watch the game.
Yeah, dude, it'd be
listen to some chants.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the future of American soccer and just soccer in general. And just
you gotta hit me up, bro, on one of these Austin games where I can go and check it out.
For sure.
I've never been, so I've never been to an MLS game.
Yeah, who's your favorite MLS team?
I don't have one. Well, I want it to be Austin.
Okay, well then there we go. So I'll take it any game.
Yeah, I want it to be Austin.
We usually have Portland's number somehow in our stadium. So I'll probably like hit you up when we play them. So yeah. Cool.
Anything else you want to say, bro?
Shit, nah, man. Hell yeah, I'm hungry.
I don't know what this place is about. I went in there once, but not.
I heard it's like a bunch of like different restaurants.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's a whole bunch of different places. So sweet. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope to find some Mexican food. Yeah, but I appreciate you coming on, man. Long time no see.
Thanks.
And I can't wait to just talk about stuff off camera.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, man. And I mean, hey, ready to do it any other time.
Yeah, guys, if you're watching, you watch podcasts, thank you. I love you. Like, share, subscribe, support the pod, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.